Hey Gemini, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing your June 2025 tarot reading. Happy birthday to any of my May and June Geminis. We're going to start with the Mudra Oracle deck to get an overall message for you guys. In the meantime, if you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like any other Geminis and cross-watchers alike to pray for you, simply say hello in the comments section. Even leaving an emoji that represents your energy. This wants to come out. What the hell? We're going to take it. I'll read that to you in a second. It won't go back in the deck. Yeah, just leaving something in the comment section that represents your energy that we can focus on. And then finally, thank you so much for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. So we have, first off, enthusiasm. This is the one that wouldn't go back in the deck. A new start, and it comes with a hand gesture. So feel free to do this hand gesture to empower the reading, or when you go to sleep tonight, you put your ring finger and your thumb together, like so. Is that it? Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, having a moment. Here's your affirmation. I start afresh and taste the beginner's eagerness. This is dedicated to the spirit of new beginnings, Gemini. This mudra helps at the start of things, like a new project or when you plan a change in your circumstances. It activates the energies needed for getting down to it, for keeping going, for patience, and for optimism. And I'm going to say it again, this one would not go back into the deck of cards. If you rewind the video, you'll see me struggling as I'm talking to you to get it to stay, and it wouldn't stay. So keep this in mind, new beginnings. Really positive energy. And then we have inner peace, be still. What's interesting about these two cards, look at the colors. These are total opposites. That's not a bad thing in this situation. This is like on the outside, things can be going like crazy and hectic and exciting and enthusiasm. And on the inside, you're like this solid rock. You're like this core. And it says, I rock myself with a gentle motion and bathe in a wonderful ocean of peace. This is the drum mudra. It calms the nerves, okay? So things can be going like crazy on the outside, and let them. And on the inside, you have peace. And this is how you do this mudra. You simply bend your finger down, your pointer finger, and you place your thumbs over the second knuckle. Inner peace, be still. Right on. Okay, you guys. I'm going to put those aside and let's get right into your tarot reading. We only take the cards that fly out. They have to join the conversation on their own to be acknowledged. If they fly in reverse, that's how we read them. What's coming towards my Gemini? June 2025. What do we need to know? I'm just going to get my legs out of the way so we can... Now, because I don't have a table today, of course, I'm going to be holding out the cards for you to see. What do my Geminis need to know at this time? We have the work card. This is deep focus for your agenda. We'll leave it at that. I'll unpack it in just a second. Gemini, this is going to be an extended for all of you guys who like the longer readings, like to get deeper in the meanings, and like to get advice. For those of you who like shorter readings, this one's for you. Awesome. Yeah, we have lots of action coming out in your reading so far. We have got all wands. Now keep in mind, if they fly in reverse, they land that way. I read them in reverse to honor the way that the cards are trying to express themselves. Who's this King of Cups? Excuse me, Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay. Okay, interesting. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Queen of Cups. So I'm going to tell you what the reading is saying so far, and then we're going to unpack it. We start with, like I said, the Eight of Pentacles is deep focus for something. This is like, you know, willing to put in the hours. There's enthusiasm attached here. There's also that promise and hope that it's going to grow into something more, or that there's going to be a reward. There's an investment of time and energy in something. Then we have your ships are coming in. So Gemini, this is Three of Wands. It's making progress, you know. We have the King of Wands. This is the visionary. This does represent fire energy, whether it's you embracing the characteristics of the King of Wands, or it is simply a fire sign or a very motivated, enthusiastic, I want to say, what's the word I want to talk about? Envisioner, visualizer, somebody who has big visions. God, I hate that. I can't find the word. What is the word, you guys? Anyway, so this is basically somebody who does act on their enthusiasm. They have a lot of confidence. They can lead that way. You know, they can easily get the support of others by way of just expressing their vision and ideas. They're a doer as well. Okay, so they're really great to have involved, whether it's you or somebody else in a project. This is like a go-go juice, spark of inspiration, the stuff that gets companies started and projects and businesses going, you know? So regardless of what you're going through, that's the energy. Then we have a very interesting message. This is regarding a specific person. Now this person is coming in with a bit of an immature emotional energy. This is somebody who might flake on you, but they might like pop on in and be able to tell you what you want to hear. Maybe give you kind of this, a vote of their support, and even a sense of sweeping you off your feet in a little bit of a way, like charming you. But we have the Hierophant. This is a non-committal person, I feel. And this Hierophant is upside down for that reason. Now, sometimes the Hierophant comes upside down, appears upside down because it is like an unorthodox card. It's talking about, yeah, you can kind of, let's go about this in a non-traditional way. You know, let's break the rules a little bit. In this case, it feels like this person is going to leave a little bit of an opening, a wound, a little bit of a flaky, there's a flaky vibe to them. I'm not saying that they're an evil human or anything, but we've got the Six of Swords upside down. For some of you guys, you've already experienced this, and Tarot simply wants to make a point about this person for a reason. And we'll get to that reason in a moment. But this is somebody who might have really let you down. Okay, so somebody who might have flaked on you, somebody who is non-committal, somebody who might have sabotaged a relationship or a work partnership. But right now, it's like a wound that's open. It's not closed. You know, it's no closure. Why am I having a hard time with the English language today? Finally, we have a beautiful, in stark contrast, a beautiful card of reciprocity, of generosity, of kindness, of support. And this is the Six of Pentacles. So if you look closely, he's holding a balance, a scale in one hand. That's talking about balance, equal give and take, being seen, being heard, being understood, also possibly a generous offer. And in the other hand, this is Pentacles. This is a coin that he's holding. So it could be that you're getting the funding that you need after all. It could be that you everything is balancing in the end and that you are being valued. What you're doing is being valued. So let's just recap. This doesn't look so much like a romantic love reading as it does about your ambitions, your career, where you're putting your focus and attentions. It's a very exciting reading. I will tell you that with all that wands energy, it's very, it's amped up. So now let's unpack it a little further. Let's find out about any messages about all this deep focus that you've had recently that Tarot has to say to you. What does Tarot want to say to you? Flipping but not flying. We've got the Two of Pentacles right here. So you might be reprioritizing things, compromising with schedule here and there. Sometimes you're getting over little hurdles that are confusing. What else you're doing the good work, right? Okay, so regarding all this hard work or this deep focus that you've had, this determination, I think that you're looking in terms of big picture. You're making this investment of focus and time right now so that it pans out in the future. For some of you guys, the motivation there is that something has fallen through, or you feel like where you were headed at one point was really not stable and not supportive. You could have even, some of you guys might have gotten, you didn't get news that you were expecting. Maybe it was around a job or around even inheritance. This is an inheritance card. Maybe the legacy you thought you were going to leave, or the company you thought you were working for and you'd always be there for it. Like things kind of fell through. That there's that energy of the Eight of Wands upside down, and then the Ten of Pentacles. So that has been very incentivizing. And in the end, it's actually a giant gift because it's moving you forward. It's actually bringing things toward you, right? I mean, the universe responds, right? So here you are. This is you speaking to the universe. You're saying, I'm doubling down. I'm throwing myself into this. I got nothing to lose. I'm throwing caution to the wind. There's that energy. Balls to the wall. Eight of Pentacles. Here's the universe responding. Expect good news. You've earned it, Gemini. All right. Then we have our Three of Wands. Here's our making progress. You're waiting for your ships to come in. What's this Three of Wands for my Gemini? Awesome. Big awesome. This is an Ace of Swords. A deep clarity about something. This could be an epiphany or a big message that comes through. Yeah, that's how I want to. Gemini. Okay, it's not going to be what you're waiting to come through. If you're waiting for like a promotion or you're waiting for money, what you're expecting or what you've expected is not going to come through the way you thought it was, okay? But there is instead major abundance you're going to find in the form of a project. Somebody is going to have an offer of maybe a way to level up, a way to combine forces, a project, a business. It's going to be an action rather than a coin, okay? And so this is kind of what's coming towards you across the water there. This is what's coming towards you in communication, or the result of what you might think is going to be money, a raise or a promotion. It's going to arrive at your doorstep, so to speak, in the form of a project, an action, an offer. So more doing rather than a gift. That's what tarot is saying, okay? So then we have the King of Wands. The visionary, that's what I was trying to say. Visionary, visionary. And there's our Queen of Cups again. One sec. I'm going to get a new deck of cards. Bear with me, you guys. Okay, one sec. Okay. All right. So, there's an interesting victory that this visionary, the King of Wands, whether it's you or somebody else, is having. The Six of Wands, that is a victory. This is a success. But it does feel like it's not the success that one set out expecting. There's a Queen of Cups energy here. Could be a water sign, a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Does not have to be. This is somebody who is paying more attention to interrelational situations. This is somebody who's very nurturing, somebody who's usually very kind, creative, who works with empathy and compassion. And we have here the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles talks about a place of scarcity. So from this place of scarcity, from a place of not having maybe enough funding or not making enough money or being broke, there is this success between these two individuals. The King of Wands, the visionary, very capable, very inspired, fiery individual, and the Queen of Cups, that compassionate individual. I think there's a moment here with the two individuals where they pause and they evaluate the work that they put into something, and they realize that they need to do it differently. I think there's this pause, the Seven of Pentacles upside down. There's a pause where in this evaluation, they're willing, begrudgingly, naturally, begrudgingly, to look at the things that have not worked and the things that might need to change in order to ensure success moving forward. The Strength card comes out because you will have the strength. These people will have the strength to do this, but it's not a muscle that they often use, and that's why the Strength card is there. There's a grace to the Strength card. It's saying, beyond all doubt, you actually have the ability to do this. Beyond all doubt, these two individuals have the ability to move forward and make this a success. The Hierophant talks about one's commitments and the ways in which we commit to things. It rules over institutions. It rules over our rules, basically. What about the Hierophant in this case for my Geminis? What do they need to know? Please make it clear. Okay, the Seven of Swords. I feel like this is justice. Possibly even if you guys are going through lawsuits, contracts, any of that, it looks very good for you. But it looks like justice is being served with something that was sneaky, something that maybe was trying to sneak under the radar. The rules were maybe, they looked from the outside like they were following the rules, but broke them. And this is, everything is coming out in the end balanced. This is a karmic card, ensuring, Gemini, that things will be balancing out in your favor, but in a just and karmic way. So I've broken it down to like little minutia detail, but this is quite an event actually that we're looking at. Whether you've already experienced it or you're currently experiencing it, there is a very positive energy underneath this, but it is an event nonetheless where there was maybe some sneakiness, something was unveiled. Now, when we see the Seven of Swords, we imagine immediately like somebody has deceived another person. It's not always that event. It's something that could have been even something written in the small print, something that you even contractually agreed to and didn't realize, you know, something like that. But just know that justice will be served. Now we have, I've already covered this, we have that individual who is flaky, where there is has not concluded, it has not healed with them. And then we end with this beautiful card of reciprocity. And before we go on to the extended, I want to know what the heck that is about, because it's a beautiful way to end your reading. This is all will be well, all will come out balanced. You don't have to leave something. Let's see, wait, one sec. Let me, before I say anything. Okay, this is a really important message and quite a zinger. Things are going to balance out in the end. There's a gesture of reciprocity. Things are going to be made fair. If you've lost money in something, I think it's going to be returned to you somehow. You don't have to, there's a sense of you don't want to leave something behind that you worked on. It's feeling attached to it still. And there's this really intense ending. Sometimes this is a harsh ending. It could be sudden, or there could be sabotage. And then from there, there's this magician. What this is telling me is that you don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's a sense of like, you don't have to walk away from things the way that you thought. This is saying there is undoubtedly a really harsh ending here. But from that ending, you are building something new. So it's a really interesting reading of contrast. I hope that is helpful. I'm going to leave it off right there and go to the extended. If this is where I leave you, I adore you guys. Consider subscribing, joining the family if you have not yet. Consider liking the video if you have not yet, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye-bye.